I wanted to make this video about the book Walden by David Thoreau. I have the book here, but this is multiple stories, but Walden is in there. And I thoroughly enjoyed this book. That was really funny. And so I really like the imagery in it. That all throughout the book, it's pretty good. I have a whole entire piece of paper right here that I've written down some quotes that I liked, or just ideas that he talked about, and some that I disagree with. There's some that I disagree with, but I forgot to write them down. But I'll probably remember it. So the first one that I have, it's a quote. Perhaps we are led oftener by the love of novelty and regard for the opinions of men. So in that, he's talking about people owning clothing, and he's talking about how, like, the rich people, they have all this unnecessary clothes that you don't really need. And I agree with that, because I feel like I dress pretty simply. I don't really have too many clothes. Like, compared to my brother, he has a lot of clothes. I don't really have too much. And but that doesn't really bother me, because I feel like, I don't know, there's no necessity for a lot of clothing. So I guess I have been developing a little bit. I have been getting nicer clothes, because before I really had nothing. We get caught up in what everyone else is wearing, and I'm kind of surprised that was a thing back then. Like, I feel like back then there's a lot more things that are similar than I thought there would be. But so, yeah, we get caught up in what everyone else is wearing, and so we want to be like everyone else. But I don't think that's the way to go. You gotta be your own self. And, like, with all the new trends and stuff, that it comes and goes, and so then you're buying all these clothes just for one time, and you might never really wear them again. So you're just wasting the clothes. The next one I have, he talks about homes, and also about how rich people, how they have, like, crazy homes that they have so many rooms that it's not really necessary. And that can be applied to today as well, because this book was, like, a long time ago, like 1800s. Yeah. So it's kind of windy. With all the big homes, I don't think they're necessary, and I think that smaller homes are just better. And when I grow up, I probably will live simply in a little small home. Also, in that part of the book, he talks about how people spend too much of their lives indoors. And yeah, I can agree with that also. I feel like nowadays a lot of people, they're on their phones way too much, or watching TV. And so that disconnects them from outside, where you could be having such a nice time outside fishing, or just sitting outside. I like to sit outside and read, go on a walk, go on a run. And yeah, in the summertime, I really try and get outside. In the wintertime, I don't really go outside, because it's too cold for me. But, well, actually, I do go outside in the wintertime to run. But, yeah. So, and also, people are just, like, missing the connection with nature when they're just inside. And also, being outside, that can get you connect with other people as well. So this quote, this is a pretty hard-hitting quote, I feel like. Whenever I saw it in the book, I was like, shoot, that's good. So, to know what we know, and that we do not know what we do not know, that is true knowledge. And a lot of the quotes that Thoreau puts in the books, they're from, like, old Greek people. Which also, I'll go into a different part. So, with that quote, the part that we do not know what we do not know, I'll go over that part first. Actually, no, I'll just talk about the whole quote. So, to know what we know, that's just like, I don't know what your beliefs are. But then, that we do not know what we do not know. So that's like, if you're arguing with somebody and you're wrong, you should like own up to it, not continue to argue. So like, just if you don't know it, then that's fine. And to like know how smart, or like what you believe in, and I guess to realize how smart you are. And when you realize what you are, that's the true knowledge that he's talking about, I think. So the thing that I was going to talk about next, or what I was going to talk about with that quote. So, a lot of the things that he talks about is about Greek people. And so I was wondering, like, why does Greek people come up so much? And then I wish I wrote down what page it was on or something, but it's whenever he's talking about growing his beans. That might be in, let me see if I can find it in what chapter. The bean field, that's on page 219. Somewhere in the bean field chapter, he talks about being Pythagorean. And I was like, I've heard of that guy. And then I was like, I wonder if that's what I heard about, how like the guy is a weirdo. And so I look it up. And I'm going to have to actually look into it more. But I just read the part about the beans with Pythagorean. And that's pretty interesting. But, yeah, I don't know where I was going to go with this. But Pythagorean, he doesn't like beans. And you should read about that because that's crazy. But yet, Thoreau, he follows that, which, I don't know. I guess I don't know everything else about it, so I guess I can't talk about that too much. But I just thought that was different. I also like this quote. It's on 158 of this book. Well, if you exactly have this book, then the pages will be accurate. But if you don't, then it's not accurate. That to maintain oneself on this earth is not a hardship, but a pastime. So, with that one, I think he's talking about how you should just really enjoy your life, and even though there will be struggles, still maintain a positive attitude. I guess I'm not really old enough to really talk about this because I haven't had too many experiences, but I guess I can talk with school. I guess I worked in the summertime too, but that's not it. Well, so like with school, everyone complains about it and they're like, oh, why are we here for so long? But I don't know, I tried to find the good parts of school, like, I don't know, you have to be there and do something during the day. But I don't know, it's just something to do, and I don't know, I got to see my friends, so that's really fun. And I like learning as well. I try and to enjoy that. And also school gives me the opportunity to run, so that's my positive outlook on school, which you watching this could put that positive outlook onto whatever you do in your life. Or if you are struggling with something. I don't know. I guess it's hard to get past that, but I don't know. If it's a really hard situation, then I'm trying to think. I don't know. Just don't think about it. That's bad advice. This quote goes along with what I was talking about, and this is like Thoreau's outlook on life. Nothing can rightly compel a simple and brave man to a vulgar sadness. While I enjoy the friendship of the seasons, I trust that nothing can make life a burden to me. The gentle rain which waters my beans and keeps me in the house today is not dreary or melancholy, but good for me too. Though it prevents my hoeing them, it is far more worth than my hoeing. If it should continue so long as to cause the seeds to rot in the ground and destroying the potatoes in the lowlands, it would still be good for the grass on the uplands, and being good for the grass, it'd be good for me too. I really like that quote, because he's talking about how, like, anything bad that happens to him, he still can see a positive side to it. And I think that's a pretty good way to have an outlook on life. I try to do that, because I think it just makes your life a lot better if you're happy than when you're sad. So this last one, it's on 265. He talks about not eating animals, and so he just talks about like eating simply. A lot of the things that he talks about, he just wants to have a simple life, and yeah, I agree with having a simple life. I like that, and sometimes I think about not eating animals, and I think I probably could do it, and I feel like it's good to farm. I don't really know what I think about killing animals. I don't know if it's like population control, where of the animals, like, I don't know, everything is like the deer, or I don't know, the hawks eat the mice. So if the hawks weren't there to eat the mice, then the mice population would be up, so it would mess up other things. So I don't know if that's how humans are with other things, but I don't know, I feel like humans overconsume animals. But yeah, he also talks about, I don't know if I already said this, talking about like not eating a lot and just eating enough, and I agree with that. I don't believe in gluttony, but also I like to eat animals, and I don't know, I think it'd be hard for me to be vegetarian at my household, because we do eat a lot of meat. But maybe when I'm older, I'll have to think about it. And I feel like when I am older, I might become vegetarian. Vegetarian. For me, just a little bit, but I still like eating meat. With eating simply, my family, so I cook most of the time, dinner, and my family's not a very big fan of eating simply. Whenever I want to make simple meals, they don't like the idea, so usually I have to change it up, but that's alright. I just remembered one of the things that I disagree with. So he talked about how when he gets visitors at the house, so I guess he's not really expecting these visitors, and but whenever I'm older, so he talks about how he doesn't think it's necessary to feed the visitors, and but if I'm having visitors over at my house, they definitely will be getting a good meal, because I really enjoy cooking, so, and I want them to enjoy the time, and I feel like if you're having food, then you're gonna enjoy the time. I have a lot more, but I don't know if I want to talk about it. The one thing, I'd be getting into capitalism and socialism, and I don't know if I want to talk about that on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. Thanks for watching this, and I hope maybe you'll want to read this, or if you've already read it, you'll think about it in a different way from how you already were.